My name is Hunter Cheney, and thank you for coming today. I will always remember the day, September 11th, 2001. I remember where I was, who I was with, when we heard something terrible happened in New York. As the news came in, we all realized it was not an isolated tragedy, but a coordinated attack of terrifying proportions. Flights 11, 175, 77, 93 had been hijacked. Men, women, and children caught in a horrible, diabolical scheme of terror and murder. Over 2,977 beautiful young lives were taken from us cruelly. 17 years might seem like a long time, but for the families who lost loved ones that day, I imagine it seems like yesterday. It is in the memory of the last hug given to a son or daughter, or the last goodbye to a mother or father, a sister or brother. We wonder how their lives might have unfolded, how their dreams might have taken shape. No words we offer, no deeds we do, can ever ease the pain of their absence. I remember that the courage of those who put themselves in harm's way to save those unsuspecting victims, the men and women who rushed into danger with the sole objective of protecting others. 9/11 was the single deadliest incident for firefighters, law enforcement officers, military, in the history of the United States. How do we preserve the legacy of those we lost on September 11th, 2001? How do we tell the stories of all that have stepped forward to serve and have risked and given their lives on that fateful day? How do we live up to their example? How do we keep their spirit alive in our own hearts? We're deeply honored to have all of you here today, to commemorate the lives lost, to commemorate the courage and duty of our first responders and recovery workers. The placement of this twisted and mangled steel from one of the Trade Center buildings into the American Heritage Museum will serve as a remembrance to those lives lost. It will remind all of us how this one day changed all our lives. It changed our country. That is why it is so important today that we reaffirm our character as a nation. The people drawn from every corner of the world, every religion, every color, people from all walks of life, bound by the creed as old as our country. The creed based on life, liberty, truth, and justice. George Kishi will have some words.
Thank you. I'd like to point out the flag of heroes, which is a flag that will always be now, and it's the names of all the first responders, EMTs, fire, police, and all the people who gave their lives on that day that were in that building when those towers came down. And I'd like to read an excerpt from the New York Daily News about one of those firefighters. Lieutenant John Creasy, a member of the fire department, made the supreme sacrifice in the performance of his duties on September 11th, 2001, at 48 years old. John had joined the fire department in 1977 after serving as a police officer for the New York City Police Department. He had 24 years as a firefighter. He had been decorated for rescuing a 3-year-old girl from a burning building in Harlem. He had made a fire marshal before lieutenant and taught rescue techniques. He had responded to the bombing of the World Trade Center in 1993. That morning, his shift finished at 8 a.m. Instead of heading home after his 24-hour shift, still in civilian clothes, he turned back, threw on his uniform's protective topcoat, and made his way to the World Trade Center and took command of a fire truck. Not yet sure if they were being called to respond as hazmat or rescue, and rather than lead a probie into Tower 2, Lieutenant Creasy ordered the probie to stay outside with the truck, which saved the probie's life. Lieutenant Creasy was among 19 firefighters from Squad 288 and Hazmat 1 who died on September 11th, making their firehouse the city's hardest hit. John was a loving husband to Raffaella and a father to 3 teenage sons. John 19, Michael 15, and Joey 14. On weekends, John could be found coaching the boys in soccer and baseball. He enjoyed fishing, cooking, and gardening, but most of all, just being a dad. In the poem his son John wrote about his loss, the final lines read, "All our efforts will someday equal 0, but it's our legacy that makes one a hero. My dad, my hero." In the days after the attack, his wife, Raffaella, clinging to the short-lived hope that her husband might be trapped in an air pocket within the tower's twisted ruins, on September 22nd, the fire department found his body. With these tragic events of September 11th, 2001, this group is assembled here today to honor the lives lost on that day. Thank you all. And now I'd like to read the names of the victims from Massachusetts who passed that day. David Bernard, 57, Chelmsford. Anna Williams Allison, 48, Stoneham. Barbara Jean Bobby Agentgilly, 38, Marston Mills. Myra Joy Harrison, 50, Charleston. Garnett Edward Ace Bailey, 54, Linfield. Christine Barbuto, 32, West Newton. Mike Lawrence Davis, 31, West Newton. Graham Andrew Berkeley, 37, Boston. Kellyanne Booms, 24, Brookline. John Barrett Cahill, 56, Wellesley. Christopher Mikhail Contangen, 33, Turner Falls. Nellie Ann Hefferfon Casey, 32, Wellesley. Jeffrey W. Combs, 42, Arlington. John J. Cochran Hill, 43, Norwell. Tara Lee Creamer, 30, Worcester. Patrick Govan, 52, Winchester. Captain General Francis DiCono, 44, Sandwich. David DeMilio, 22, Wakefield. Donald Americo Di Tullio, 49, Peabody. Peter L. Hatcham, 40, Tewksbury. Paige Fairley Hackle, 46, Newton. Alexander Milan Philpott, 70, Concord. Paul Friedman, 45, Belmont. Caitlin D.B. Fry, 31, Brookline. Peter Allen Gay, 54, Tewksbury. Linda M. George, 27, Westboro. Edmund Glazer, 41, Wellesley. Lynn Catherine Goodrich, 25, Attleboro. Peter Morgan Goodrich, 33, Attleboro. Lisa Reinhardt Fenn Goldstein, 41, Needham.
Douglas A. Gowell, 52, Methuen. Mealy Rachel Hale, 26, Cambridge. Christine Lee Hansen, 2, Groton. Peter Hansen, 32, Groton. Sue Kim Hansen, 35, Groton. Eric Samamatkin Hotonal, 20, Boston. James E. Hayden, 47, Westford. Robert J. Hayes, 38, Amesbury. Edward Ted R. Hennessy, Jr., 35, Belmont. Todd Russell Hill, 34, Boston. Cora Hidalgo, Holland, 52, Sudbury. Herbert W. Homer, 48, Milford. John Nicholas Humber, Jr., 60, Newton. Robert Adrian Jalbert, 61, Swampscott. John Charles Jenkins, 45, Cambridge. Charles E. Jones, 48, Bedford. Robin Kaplan, 33, Westboro. Ralph Francis Kershaw, 52, Manchester by the Sea. Brian Kinney, 29, Lowell. Judy LaRoche, 50, Framingham. Natalie Janice Larsden, 46, Peabody. Daniel C. Lewin, 31, Brookline. Marion McFarlane, 34, Revere. Susan A. McKay, 44, Westford. Karen A. Martin, 40, Danvers. Joseph Matthew, 49, Arlington. Michael Gregory McGinty, 42, Foxborough. Deborah Medwig, 46, Dedham. Christopher D. Mello, 25, Boston. And Carlos Alberto Montoya, 36, Belmont.
Antonio Jesus Montoya Valdez, 46, East Boston. Laura Lee Morabito, 34, Framingham. Christopher M. Morrison, 34, Charlestown. Mildred Naiman, 81, Andover. Kathleen Ann Nicosia, 54, Winthrop. John Organowski, 52, Dracut. Beth Ann Ung, 45, Andover. Jane M. Orth, 49, Haverhill. Sonia Morales Papalo, 61, Dover. Patrick J. Quigley, the 5th, 40, Wellesley. David E. Reddick, 33, Needham. Frederick Remmel, 32, Marblehead. Raymond J. Rocha, 29, Malden. Jean Desterin, Roger, 24, Longmeadow. Philip N. Rosawig, 47, Acton. Richard Barry Roche, 58, Newton. Jessica Lee Sachs, 23, Billerica. Rama Sali, 28, Boston. Jesus Sanchez, 45, Hudson. Jane Louise Simpkin, 36, Wayland. Heather Lee Smith, 30, Boston. Diane Bull Snyder, 42, Westport Point. Brian B. Sweeney, 38, Barnstable. Madeline Sweeney, 35, Acton. Michael Theodoridis, 32, Boston. Amy E. Toyin, 24, Newton. James Anthony Trentini, 65, Everett. Mary Barbara Trentini, 67, Everett. Kenneth E. Waldy, 46, Methuen. William M. Weems, 46, Marblehead. Christopher Rudolph Zarba Jr., 47, Hopkinton.
We could all take a short moment and give our prayers and thoughts to the victims of 9/11. Thank you very much. That concludes our service. Thank you for coming.